Hello, this is a walkthrough video for homework 1 using R. So in this video, I'm going to show you what I expect you to do for the homework, right? So I will exactly do what you have to do. So you can just watch this video and do what I do on another computer, and then submit your result on a separate file. That's what I expect from you. And by the way, I'm now recording on my personal computer, not in my office, because I had to uninstall and reinstall R and RStudio to show you some installations. So doing this in my analysis, one important part is installing packages in R. So to demonstrate that, I am using my personal computer without camera, so please understand. So you don't want to see my face, okay? Let me start. So this is reinstalled RStudio, most recent version. First thing we would like to do is to, of course, I assume you downloaded the homework file that is an Excel spreadsheet. So we are going to load the Excel file. So first, I am going to, so you see like directories, folders here, but you have to go to the directory you saved the data file. So in my case, like click here, click this dots, and then in my case, I saved it on Dropbox. So here, you choose your own directory. I hide it here. Oops. I hide it here. So just open it. Like what you need is you just choose the directory, and then on here, these are the files on this directory. So we are not opening a file, but just setting up the directory. Or you may set this as a working directory. You press more and set as working directory. Then I set this directory as working directory. So what I wanted to show you that I just clicked here and here, but that is reflected as a command here. So entering this command will be is equivalent to do all these things I have just done, right? Changing directory and set this as working directory can be done in this one command. Like you see, set working directory, and in parentheses you set your address, directory address. Then you get this command, so they are equivalent. And here in this directory, this is, as you see, this is the Excel file I need to load. This is the file I'm going to use. And to do this, like if you click this, you have to import dataset. But like I'll let you know, there will be an error message coming up if you click here. Click this. Yeah, some pop-up question comes up. It says that some packages need be installed, right? Let me just click no. You can just say yes, but to explain what they are. So packages are so I told you R is a freeware, free software. So it's like, you can think R as a kind of app store. And you can download free apps from the app store. It's like on R, you can download packages. The packages are like kind of free software you can download and install on your computer. So they are kind of modules. So in this case, we have to install a package that can load an Excel file. So let's just click here, right? Install packages. And so first you can choose repository. So all the free softwares, all the packages are collected on this repository. So, and what I'm going to install is read XL. This is free package. Of course, everything is free. This is the package that read Excel file. So you have to install this. I will install this. Okay. And then it does something like blah, blah, blah. Okay. A lot of sub packages are installed. Okay, and downloaded here. Okay, it is just installation. And by clicking tools and install packages is equivalent to this one command. So one command, this one line is equivalent to doing the job in here. And also, sometimes packages are updated, and of course you have to check package update, check for, and in my case, all packages are up to date. Okay, anyhow, I installed this package, okay? Then, now then you should be able to load it. Import dataset. Now, we need another package. Now let's say yes. Then it will install another package. So then after installing that package, we get a new window. So this window is literally the Excel file. It opens Excel file names and the entries. And you can just click import, but I would change the name for this data. Say homework 1. I will change the data name as, say, simply HW. Homework data. You can change the name as you want, but the default name is pretty long, so I changed it to HW and import. If you click this, then you have another window, another panel here. It is just data. It shows exactly the spreadsheet you just loaded. And as you can see, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 variables. First variable is about country name, and there are 65 countries like India, Argentina, Japan, Brazil, you know, and growth rate, GDP growth, and oil. And well, like we are going to use these two variables, growth and trade share. These are two key variables we are going to use in our analysis. Okay, and close it. Or you may read the data here. This is the data. Oh, by the way, name did not change it. Like, you know, so here data structure is understood as like if you close it by clicking here, you can open the data. So here, when you load more data, they will be saved here. It describes that it has 65 observations of 8 variables, and also read here. So I loaded the Excel file. To do that on command line, first this command library read Excel is a command that loads a package. So by entering this command, you declare that I will be using this package. So get ready, open the package, and then in this line, in the second line that was just generated, it shows that, so this is assigned. We are going to input this much under this name. So the name of the data is like this, and this is the command you do. So let me redo it again. So homework, I'm going to just type this. If you wanted to type the command by yourself, and here you have to enter the Excel file name. But instead of doing that, I am going to, oh, it does not work. Okay. I will do it. So you may just type the command directly here, and look at this. So the left-hand side, this much is the name of the data, right? So I load the same file under the name HW. So because I'm going to use this data a lot, so it will be more convenient to have a shorter name. So I loaded it again HW. And as you see, when you have multiple data sets, you are going to have more objects on this environment panel. Okay, so you are going to see your data sets here, and then view command is literally to show the data like this. Capital letter. You have to use capital letter. Then it opens these things. Okay. Okay. So that is how we load data. Key points here are like most important thing is installing packages. You have to get used to use of packages, downloading packages, and like search for that. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I will just show you basic things before we get into the main questions. So these commands are not in the homework, but let me just show you to give you a good idea how we are going to handle this. So like for example, I'm going to use summary command. This is default built-in command. And I will use summary for the dataset HW. Then summary HW shows us basic summary statistics like growth variable has minimum, first quartile, median, mean, and maximum, blah, blah, blah. So for different variables, it gives you basic numbers. If you wanted to see more detailed summary for a specific variable, like you may use this command. HW is the name of the data set and $, and then define and then specify the variable name. Then it will return summary for a single variable. Okay, so summary, you may use like this variable, and then you can do whatever you want. Similarly, you may make a histogram. I am using HIST command to generate a histogram. So histogram is plotted here, histogram of this variable, and you see it's how it looks. And if you wanted to save it, you can export, save as image or PDF, right? These are possible. They are just basic commands. Or let me try something else. Like if you wanted to calculate correlation between HW growth, or by the way, instead of just typing all the variable name, you can just click here. I will click here. So this command COR growth and trade share from dataset HW will give you correlation. I said these two are the main variables we are going to use in this analysis. Their correlation coefficient is positive and 0.35, right? So you may use the basic commands like this. So just understand now that you can understand the structure between data set and variable. You have to specify data set, $, variable name, okay? Okay, so, and then we are going to make a scatter plot, which is a part of the homework. The scatter plot command is from plot command, and it shows very complicated options, but basically what we are going to do is entering two variables, right? Then everything else is just optional. So I just enter two variables. If you put enter, you can see this scatter plot, right? Scatter plot looks like this. And so growth rate is on the x-axis, and on the y-axis is trade share, right, in their economy. And so if you read the homework question, we are looking for an outlier. Here it is. This guy is an outlier, right? By the way, okay, so we are going to discuss that a little later. By the way, I don't like this, the scatter plot. If you change the order, like trade share first, enter trade share first, and growth later, then x and y axes are flipped, will be flipped, right? Like this. It depends on your preference. Like trade share is here, growth is there. So depending on what you enter first, the first variable goes to the x-axis, horizontal axis. And as I said, plot command has, I liked the original one better, so I will put this. And I don't like the color. Then you may use this kind of option, right? So like you can put more options on this command. Like for example, comma COL, which means color, and I will put red in single quotation marks. Then let's see what happens. Then color, change it to red. You may try something like more options. Like, for example, I will change color to say light blue, like it works. And I will change the title for the x-axis as growth rate, and y label as trade share for more formal thing. And I will put a title on this scatter plot as like, let's see, homework 1, something like this. So now I'll explain. COL is color, X it is label for x-axis, XLAB, and YLAB is label for y-axis, and main is main title. Let's see what happened. So then I change the color to light blue, so it does not look good, but homework 1 is the main title under this option. And growth rate is the label for x-axis specified by this this part, right? So like that, you may put more options as you want, but at this point, that is not that important. What matters is just 2 variables, okay? But later, when you need more options, I recommend you to search for Google, right? So R is good because it is free, but because it is free, its help command is not, help document is not good. So because like you are using a lot of packages, so you have to learn the package by yourself. Okay, so but it is easy, like how to draw a scatter plot in R. Then like actually this is Googling is more useful than using help document on R. So you can just go here, just click anything, and then they explain what are the options. Like exactly this is what I explained. Main is the title of the graph, X label, Y label, and there are more examples. So it is you can learn more options by Googling. But for this homework, what matters is just making the default scatter plot. That would be enough. Okay. 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 Then next we are going to do a regression, basic regression first. the regression command on R is LM, linear model. So linear model LM is the regression command, and you have to put, like, you have to specify the formula, the data, and blah, 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 blah. A lot of things must be specified here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is think about this. Growth will be regressed on trade share. So you are going to explain, you are going to predict growth rate using a country's trade share. So on the left-hand side is growth, and use this tilde to distinguish the dependent variable and the independent variable. So independent variable is trade share, like Y is growth and X is trade share. So you put dependent variable first, and then tilde, the wiggle sign, and then independent variable. And you have to specify data. This is the basic command for regression. And let's see what happened. Then you will get this simple result, right? So linear model growth is using linear model command, growth is regressed predicted by trade share using data HW, right? So of course the variable names must be the variables in this data set. Then the problem is it returns coefficients. Automatically it includes an intercept. So it is predicted that the growth rate intercept is 0.64%. But for an increase, 1 unit increase in trade share, growth rate increases by 2.3% points. Okay, so these are the results. But the problem is it does not show us the standard errors and residuals, predicted values. There should be more results you need, like R squared, standard error of the regression, blah, blah, blah. We have more outputs. We should have more outputs, but they are not given. To have that, to see the full output, I will use output, name output as like say, no. Let me define regress 1 is just like new name, and I will put like this. So instead of just typing a command, I will input this much command as under the name of regress 1, right? So like simply reg 1. So then let's see what happened. When I enter this, the regression results are saved here, right? You see, regression result is saved as a new object in the environment. And if you open this, you can see a lot of results like coefficients, residuals, fitted values. This is predicted values, and things. So you should be able to use those outputs later when you need more like manipulation, when you need to manipulate or use those outputs, okay? And then it will be useful to use summary command to see more formal table, right? So remember, I recommend you use LM command in this form, save the output into an object, and use summary command to have a formal table format. Here, look at this. This is the typical table you have to report, okay? So there are two parameters, beta 0 and beta 1, and their estimated point estimators. Their point estimators are given like this, and also you know, R calculates standard error and t statistics and p-value. Okay, so you should be able to find the numbers you want. And by the way, depending on the significance, this variable has 2 stars. 2 stars mean 2 stars will be put when the significance level is smaller than 1%. Okay, 1%, like I mean it's 10%, right? Excuse me. So 10% significance will be right. 10% significance will be put as 2 stars, right? So, and also it shows degrees of freedom and standard error. This is standard error of the regression, degree of freedom, and R squared, and F statistics, and you know there are many more statistics you can see using this summary command. And in your homework answer, you have to take this as a table. Of course, you have to make your own table on Word, and that's how you report regression model. Okay. Now, I am going to make a plot, scatter plot with a regression line. So that starts from making a plot, and we use a new command. So AB line is a command that adds a line onto this plot, but there is a problem. Like, to do that, what we want is we want to make a scatter plot, and we want to add a regression line, trend line going through the scatter plot, but it requires two command lines. So you cannot handle this in this command window. In this window, you cannot implement two lines at the same time, because you have to enter one line and then press enter and then enter another line. So this is not allowed in our setup. So you have to use this. You have to click here and add a new R script that will give you a new, just like a notepad, right? So even though I demonstrated each command on this command console, command panel, but in your homework, you have to do it on this script, right? Simply, you can just copy the commands and enter that here, right? Let me show you. Let me copy the basic things. I will copy the main, the essential commands I have done, and we will see what happened, right? Of course. So let's have a look at this. So even though I did a lot of things, basically in the homework, what you have to do is set working directory. It depends on your directory, and install like Excel file read Excel package, and declare you are going to use that from the library, and you load Excel file, and you do a regression model, run a regression model, and saved it as rig1, and then make a table by summary command. This is all I have done. Instead of doing this one by one on this command, I recommend you do this on here, and I will save it. Let me save it like I will use as test. It's not okay. Then good thing is, you have to code it this way. When I say code this file is a code. You can save it as like a notepad txt file, and the just many lines, just a few lines are just one program, one code. And the main difference here is, okay, so think about this. You did everything like on this command. And if you find an error in an earlier command, then you have to do everything line by line from that error. To fix the error, you have to enter a lot of commands. Again, that's a lot of work. So now, because we are just doing homework 1, we are beginners, our program is only 7 lines. But like my actual like other programs can be several hundreds of lines. And as your program gets more complicated, you are doing more advanced functions, it will easily become like several hundred lines. And then if you find an error, how can you do everything again by entering the command? That is not possible. So you have to save all the commands as a file, and if you find an error, just fix the file, not entering all the commands again, and just run it. Okay. You may run here. Also, another thing here is, so suppose, also think about this case. You are working on this homework on a library, for example, but you could not finish it. So for example, you could just load the file, but you gotta go, right? And then when you close R, everything is lost. Everything will be lost. You have to save your command somewhere that is here. And if you have finished up to this point, and then you can start from here in the after you come back. Okay, so having a script is very important. And so then from here, what you do is you can just run here. If you click run, everything will be done again, right? So if you run it, then already, okay, excuse me. So because I already installed this package, so this is the problem if I use Office Computer, right? So once you install this, if you know your R has this package already, you may remove it. Okay, I see an error message, so I will delete it. Okay, I don't need it anymore in my program. Then I can just run that program. Then it will do all the job again, right? From here, from here, these are the commands I just ran, right? Then you will get this result from this program, okay? And another tip here is, it is useful to save your commands in a script, and also on a script, you may put some notes, right? Like by using sharp. This sign, whatever you write after this sign is not recognized as a command. So when you run this program, this line does not bother, does not change anything. So for example, instead of deleting a line, you may just put this. Then it's not recognized as a command. Because I don't need these parts anymore, so you may just put sharp in front of them. And also another use of sharp is annotation, like set working directory. You may want to put some annotations like this because just for users, like when you share your program with someone else, you have to explain what you are doing there. Then you have to use this, like use read Excel library, something like that. that file. So you can explain what you are doing in this command by putting a sentence like a description after sharp. Okay, so I expect you to do this. This is a very important habit in programming. Whatever program you use, this is similar. Any program has this kind of functions. The sign, this character could be different, like, but you have to save your commands and make a script based on that. And one more thing. So you may have a lot of lines, but you don't need to run everything again. Just you can click like a drag one line and run it. Then only that part is run, right? Like only this part is run again. Okay. Here, then I will directly enter my command on the script. So I enter plot, scatter plot here, and let's see, you can run it. And then it's already here, so let's see how it. I will remove it. So let's see what happened. If you run, then it comes up here, okay? And what I said, we need another line to add a trend line or regression line on this plot. So let me try this. Oh, something is not working. Oh, excuse me. I am a little bit confused. What's going on? Okay, so I will continue in the next video. I need to check what I did wrong. Okay, thank you for watching. I will continue from here. Okay, see you later.